Hi guys, and welcome back to part 20 of the Lunak build. And yeah, things are hotting up here on the Lunak build. Let me show you what I've done. I haven't glued the horn in yet, as you can see, it's still loose. But that is almost the final part for this. I want to paint in there because there's going to be a gap, of course, for the fabric. And I want to make sure that I don't see balsa through, so I'm going to paint some yellow in there, and the same with around there, paint some yellow. Apart from getting these bits done, I want to fit the wings to the fuselage and make sure the fairing is really as perfect as I can make it. So I'll offer the wings up, and I know these bits need building up in places because I didn't cover the wing with 1/64 ply, I covered it at 16, so this needs bringing up a bit. I also need to make a nice fillet around here all the way down. Here's a different view than we normally get, guys. I've assembled the aeroplane and I'm going to spread some filler on the fairing here and get it level with the wing. The reason being that I covered this is 16th and this is covered in 64th, so there's a differential. So I'm going to mix up some filler and I'm going to spread it like that. When that filler's dry, then I'll work on the fillet, rounding it up. The filler I'm going to use is this stuff, super lightweight fairing compound, colour tan, which is colour of balsa wood, which is nice, and it's from Bucks Composites. And I'm going to mix it up in this little dish and add the resin. When I'm happy, then I add a spoon of powder in, keeping stirring. So I'm not sure exactly what sort of container I need. I've got my paint tray here ready. So let's just put this in. I'm going to mix this by weight, which is 2.5 to 1. So let's put in 25 grams to start of this. So if I put in 10 grams of hardener, give it a good old stir. This is also from Bucks Composites. It's epoxy resin L285. I'll put a link to Bucks Composites in the description below. Exciting, guys, eh? I've got about an hour's working time if I put it in a tray. In other words, you spread it out a little bit so as it doesn't heat up as much. But, this is going to be my first time. I don't know, I could add powder to this. I really don't know how much I'm going to add and how full it's going to get. Perhaps I'll transfer it to the tray actually. Yeah. My model has become my workbench. Let's just tip that into there. Right, there we go. I've put sellotape, clear tape, over the root of the wing, top and bottom, so I can spread onto that without fear of getting any on there. So I don't know how much it's going to take, so let's just start with a small quantity and see how it stirs in. Just keep adding and adding until you get to the correct viscosity. I need a lot more than that, I think. Okay. I'll keep adding until I'm happy, guys, and I'll come back to you. Okay, I think I've got a pretty good consistency going here. I like the look of that. I've added a small quantity, 3 or 4 more capfuls, but that's about that. So let's put some on. So I don't really know what I'm doing here, so let's give it a go. So I'm going to put some on like that. I'm going to try and keep it into the edge of the aeroplane fuselage. Going all right. I'm not worried about the filler going up the side here because that's all got to be formed into a fillet anyway, so far so good. Look at that. Oh, that's nice. Sort of cheating, isn't it, in a way? You think, how'd you get such a lovely wing to fuselage join? I'm going to get on my knees, guys, I think, and do the underneath bit next. Bear with me a minute. The reason I wanted to use this on this is because it's quite a high stress area, and an epoxy based filler has to be better than a water based filler. This is just the right consistency. It's just nice. It's good if you can try and do it in one big swoop. That looks very nice. Oh, that's really nice. This is lovely to put on. I think I've got the consistency just right. It's a pleasure to put on. It's just staying where I put it and not running about or anything. Right, a little bit more just over the leading edge. Round, I should say. Okay. So smattering around there. Right, okay. I think that was pretty successful. I like that. I do like that. So that's let's have another look at it. You recommend products you like, don't you? Let's keep out of reach of Clifford, it says there. Super lightweight fairing compound coloured tan from Bucks Composites. This is UK company. We've hardly used any, so that's nice. So check out Bucks Composites. They do quite a few other things. I've got, well, obviously I did all my fiberglass in on the leading edge and the fuselage. And I'll tell you what else I've got from them, which I haven't tried yet. But it's a product they sell, is carbon. Here's some carbon tape for impregnating with fiberglass. I'm sorry, with resin, which will make it absolutely fantastically strong. So I want to use this somewhere, not sure where yet, but I thought I'd get some in stock because it looks very useful stuff. But they do other sizes of carbon, so check that out as well if you want. Okay guys, we'll let that set and come back to it tomorrow. I'll give it a sand, mix up some more resin, and doesn't that look nice though? Looking at that fuselage, it looks really part of it. Yeah, well pleased with that. So I put the wings on, just made sure these were to the correct profile, which they are, looking really nice. A few little low spots to pick up, but that's nothing. It was the main thing I wanted. So what I'm going to do now is mix some more resin up with the super lightweight fairing compound, SLFC, and I'm going to try and sort of put it in with my finger, with a glove on of course, just to see if I can get a sort of a nice fillet going. It's got to go right around the corner and over the little fillet thing at the back end there. So I'll come back in a minute when I've mixed some up and we'll give it a go. Should be fun. I can use this mixing jar again. It's only done by weight, so it doesn't matter if it's got dried stuff in it. And if I mix up too much, I'll drop it into the fuselage on the nose end. So let's just put in, first of all, how much do I think? That should be okay. So let's call it, we're about 18, 19. If we do 20 exactly, how about that? 8.6, call it 8.5 grams of this, gives me 2.5 to 1 ratio. Sorry, so as I say, 21, 21.48. It's going to take it up to just about 30 grams in total. 29.93. I would say that was close enough. So I'll just give that a little mix up. Let's just move it off there a minute. Okay. I'll mix this up, guys. I'll see you back in a minute. I'm guessing perhaps it would be a good idea to try and, I don't know really. It's just an experiment, isn't it? Let's just go straight in with the finger, see what happens. Probably make a huge mess actually because it's quite wide, look. Yeah, it's sort of pulling it out really. It's not very good. See if I can scrape it off of the. No, it's a bit of a fillet, but I want it much bigger than that. So I'm wondering if I can sort of cut a shape into that bit of plastic card. Just try that. So I've got a choice of curves here. I think maybe, oh, they look far too big. Let's go with that sort of small one, see what happens. Now that shows promise, doesn't it? Thing is, as this dries, it becomes sort of more sort of workable, I think, you know, less likely to scrape out. I wonder if I put too much in and then just trying to scrape it out more than trying to scrape it in. I once saw a video of a guy doing plaster work in an old building. They put loads of plaster in and just using a shape like I've got there, drew it out and it left the perfect plaster in. So maybe if I can load lots of plaster, filler of it into it and then scrape it out. I want to use this somehow, maybe like that. Let's try that. Well, a bit, isn't it? A bit bodgy. It's a bit trickier down there because it's got the fuselage in the way. Oh, it's a lovely, horrible mess, isn't it? I don't know if that's gonna, I mean, I've got too much in there, but let's just sort of give it a go. Just see in principle if the idea is going to work. If nothing else. Right, that's my curve. It's working. It's working. Sort of left with a fillet. I can always build on what I've got. I mean, I know it's not going to be perfect straight away, but I can sort of build on what's there once it's in place. There's a kind of fillet. Scrape off the surplus while I can. That's not too bad. Thing is, once that's in there, then I can use my finger, just add some to get a perfect shape. I think that's kind of work, guys. I'm going to keep playing with this, I think. in this style and see if I can go around the corner. Let's see what happens here. That's quite nice. That's not bad, is it? That's the sort of feel I want to get to it, a really rooty feel. I think I might leave that bit now and do the next bit, because although I've got plenty of working time, only been going 10 minutes probably, it's better to get it in there and then come back and clean it up. That's a sort of a technique. And put it in and squeeze it like that. That's good, that's good, that's good, that's good. That's goodish. Yeah, that's not too bad. That's not too bad at all. So what I'll do now is I'll just clean up the surplus. Not happy with that corner bit yet, but maybe I can work on it. That's good. That's just that little bit. What do you think to that? That's not too bad, is it? Looks okay. I've got to clean off some of this. Like that. I'm wondering if, as it starts to set, I can just wet my finger and have a go at that. In fact, that one's better than the top one, so maybe I have improved a little bit. That bit round the front though, apart from that lump there, but that looks quite nice. That's the idea anyway. So I'll do the other side, guys, and I'll come back. Might be a little while, half an hour or so, when that's flashed off and I can start trying to clean it up a little bit more. Oh, I'm quite happy with that. Just about cracked it for now. I'll let it flash off a little bit, then I'll say I'll run my finger down it. Didn't go too bad. There's the fourth one's quite good, just getting the technique. So we'll let that go off, and then I'll smooth it, and when it's dry I'll sand it and put some more in. And the surplus I put around inside at the front to keep the weight forward. Alright guys, welcome back. I'm sticking the aluminium strip onto the bottom of the skid, and I'm using this product here, Aerobatic 780. I'm told that it's a good glue to use, so but I don't know how much to put on or anything, so I'm just going to go for it as I do. So let's just squeeze some out. It's quite thick, it's like white glue. There it goes. Oh, that's probably too much. Just put that on there, down to the pencil mark, because as I'm going to spray the fuselage, I want to make sure that this is all painted in. Look at that, it's really thick. Let's just do that. Okay, let's just pop it on there. I've got some masking tape ready just to bed it down a bit. I'm told if you try and take this off, you just end up splitting all the wood, so it sounds pretty good, doesn't it? Let's just put that on there, like that. Lick my finger there. Squeezing out is good, as we know. Even that's just holding it down, look. Put that on there. I'm going to make sure that's tucked in there well. And I'm actually prepared, look. Got all this ready. It's a miracle glyph. A bit there. And one at the back. Okay, that's pretty good. One more bit of masking tape and it's job done. I don't think it's going to take long to stick actually. There we go, back soon. The fillets are still drying. Oh, by the way, I didn't tell you, I smoothed the fillets out with my finger. They will need a bit more on there, but they're looking really good. See you in a minute. Guys, while the fillets are drying and the skid adhesive, I love saying that, adhesive is drying, I'm going to, in fact, start covering the wings, which is a major step forward now. So I'm going to start that. I'll start filming that, and that'll be in part 21. In the meanwhile, enjoy part 20. Hope I got my numbers right. And I'll see you in the next video. Cheers, guys. Coming closer. It's coming closer. Coming closer, it is. Yes, sir. It's coming closer.